Hello everybody, this is mR.Waffles. I'm going to go over the new Overwatch system and try to give tips and techniques I use to evaluate if people are cheating or not. The first thing I want to point out is the limitations of the system. Remember this clip from Nothing, from the ESEA LAN finals? If we didn't know this was Nothing and at LAN, I believe with 100% certainty that anybody would have banned Nothing for this amazing play. Lucky for us, we usually won't find players this good in matchmaking. The very first question we need to ask is this player good enough to hit the shots that he's hitting? You can see here that this guy's moving forward while shooting. His movement and control are atrocious. This is straight up bad on bad action. All these kills seem very, very lucky. If you watch the way he plays, it's clear that he has not played that much Counter-Strike. Though he doesn't stop to shoot, he's not doing effective stutter step technique, neither is his opponent. This is just a straight up baddie war. They just cannot seem to kill each other. All these frags are very, very lucky, and I suspect that these players are horrible, which is why they reported him. Part of evaluating somebody's skill level is determining if they have good crosshair placement and good positioning. That way, we know if somebody is being consistent in their talent or if they might be cheating. A bad player with horrible game sense, making ridiculous frags is something you want to look out for. That was a very lucky kill on Catwalk, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. Didn't even look like he noticed that terrace on ramp. Throughout this Overwatch session, I've noticed that his crosshair placement is poor, his positioning is poor, but his opponents are really terrible, so there's nothing really to see here. Good players will always keep their crosshair exactly at headshot level and stick that crosshair to the corners. Here you can see him moving forward while shooting. All the kills that he's managed to achieve have really just been beginner's dumb luck. I voted that he was definitely not cheating. Next, we have a slightly better player to evaluate. Here you can see his flash use is very good. He knows how he's doing, and he gets a really lucky entry kill. That's a common pre-fire spot, so that's not anything exceptional. Anybody could do that, but it looks very lucky. A P90 can make even the worst players on Earth look incredible because it has no recoil and spits out bullets like you can't even believe. If CTs don't have head armor, the terrorists of the P90 can destroy faces. I don't think he had head armor there, so that kill's not that impressive. Here, the suspect doesn't even recognize the guy in the back corner until after he checks both sides. Nothing in this session impressed me, so I voted he was not cheating. Here, we finally get to see a pistol round. Not really sure why he would make those kills and just come over here to run around in circles, but to each their own. Still nothing remarkable happening. One thing that really bothers me about this player is that you can see his crosshair placement is super low. He's staring at the floor so often. Right there is a little bit sketchy. He stares through the wall at his opponents, but I think that's just completely random. And here he waits, but I believe it's because, not that he notices two people through the wall, but because he's waiting for his teammates to hit the site. And then they all take it together. Now, it is slightly sketchy how somebody who spends a lot of their time staring at the floor can make these body shots, and it kind of snaps too. But that's nothing too impressive either. I'm a firm believer in not zooming in the arm. I don't know why anybody does that. The recoil is stupid, it's better when you have it unzoomed. Now his crosshair placement hasn't been very good, but here he sticks it right on the corner and manages to make a few quick kills. With X-ray on, this spam looks a little bit concerning, but any decent player would be able to lock this exact same angle. He makes the right call here by jumping off the side to push up the ramp from behind. This entire session feels like another case of bad on bad action. I personally don't know why anybody would zoom in the AUG. It's not very good. Again, this location's a very, very easy pre-fire spot. Most people turn this corner and just spray into the doors, try to get people leaving and entering. With X-ray on, it almost looks like he's staring at his opponent through the wall, but this location is so common and pre-fire here is so obvious that I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. I started this clip early so you can see how bad his crosshair placement is. Look how he's staring at the ground. He's like 2 inches too low. Good players would be at headshot level at all times. But his opponents aren't very aware and aren't very talented themselves, so nothing here looks like he's cheating at all. Notice too, as he turns into the corner, he's staring into the wall. Not a very good idea. Here he uses the zoom function. It's a little bit sketchy. I'm not sure why nobody would do that. This kill seems like a bad player getting lucky, but this quick snap back and forth is very, very strange. Again, it looks like beginner's luck. Wanted to show how he went AFK a lot. This can be an indicator of cheating because people alt-tab to change their settings, but I don't believe he was. Now we can move on to the fourth and final suspect. Notice here how he's not concerned about anybody pushing out on him. Even though he has a smoke there that denies area, he's still very, very, very nonchalant. The quick shift in angle at this very moment is a little bit strange, just like this one shot. But his opponent peeked on him, so it's entirely possible that was a legitimate frag. Just in watching this, I get the feeling that he's staring at that guy through the wall. Do you feel it? Like he knows exactly where he is? I wanted to show this clip because the smoke here is really important. You gotta remember how it looks to the other player. Now this is a very common smoke spot, and obviously you can see it from the left side, but his opponent coming cat does not know that. So to the guy who gets killed right here, it looks like he's cheating. That quick snap was really concerning, but of its own, nothing too fancy. Here you can see he's kind of looking through the wall and angling his rotation around the players that are coming. Now that kill, not shocking, but when combined with this one, it looks very, very fishy. Something to bear in mind is that players that are in the top 1%, like Kenny S and Scream and Get Right, can do things that look just like this. However, we don't need to be afraid about banning them because it's highly unlikely that anybody of their talent will be in matchmaking. So far, this guy's absolutely amazing, or something is up. We'll have to keep watching to be sure. I'm still not convinced this guy is cheating. This moment here looks like a very easy no-scope. He just holds the button down, and when the planet crosses, he catches the bullet in the face. So, fishy, but not determined. It's strange that he would no-scope through the door instead of spamming it while scoped. Now you can kind of feel like he sees them coming. Watch how he tracks that guy through the smoke. This is where I'm like, wow, this guy is either the greatest player on Earth, or he's cheating. That third kill seems to be impossible. The consistency, back to back to back, there's just no way. We saw Nightfall do that against Complexity in CS Source with a Scout, but that was like a one-off event. After watching those misses and then that final frag, either this guy is Kenny S, or he is a cheater. Hint, he's probably not Kenny S. This instant snap here, though it's a known shot, the way it moves at the very end, the way it just locks on after he crosses, looks to me like he's cheating. And right there, you can see he wasn't in position. He moves into position and kills at the same time. Had he been stationary, sure, that could have been believable, but because he came out of looking left and then switched to the right and then made the frag, we can assume that it's probably a bot. Here's another Kenny S moment where he misses the easy shot and then makes the ridiculous no-scope. You can just feel that he's watching this guy through the wall right here. Of course, he does get walked out on, and walking this corner is never a good idea, but there's just this feeling in the context of the whole clip that he's definitely watching through the wall. Now here we have definitive proof. I like that this guy does a test. He does a jump behind the box to see if he's cheating. With that moment, that player, by trying to bait the bot, you can obviously see that he is aimbotting. When this Overwatch session first started, I believe this was just a good player, but lucky for us, as it's gone on, he's gotten more and more obvious. And here, my friends, is the definitive in-game proof. Yeah, right. Not in a million years. Later that same round. Now, there's a trick people can do to see if someone's wall hacking where you do a fake movement and then you stop right there. He can obviously see through the wall that he's doing that. It only really works if you do it the first time. This is kind of similar to what that guy did when he was going fast cat, where he jumped behind the box, try to bait the aimbot. So you can see that he's trying to trick him into shooting before he can actually be seen. But he doesn't go for it, but obviously he is aimbotting. I really appreciate how this Overwatch session evolved. What first looked legitimate is now painfully, clearly a cheater. The way he follows these guys through the wall is impossible. Sure, you can get a hit, but to get one consistently every single time, obviously cheating. Right there you can see he traced that guy as he left, clearly seeing him through the wall. Not even the best players in the world are this consistent through the door with their spam. It's absolutely impossible that this player is not cheating. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. Man, I'm telling you, voting to ban sure is satisfying. Finally get to press that magic button.